get it. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Zero Light Tarot. Today, I am doing something really fun. I'm doing a sexual healing tarot session for all of these zodiacs. So I am starting off with Aries. I like to do the signs in order. And how I'm doing this message today is I am um, doing feminine energy, masculine energy, and this is within you. This is your feminine and masculine energy. This is nobody outside of you. This video is directly about you and your own personal healing. The sexual healing messages are going to be done with the tarot of sexual magic, and the reason I'm doing that is because I feel like sexual healing is one of the most misunderstood healings, because it's not about the sex. It's not about the intimacy with another person. It's about more or less your own energy as a person. So basically, um, the energy that is between you and another person. And you can happen to let me let me explain this. So when we have partners, we retract their energy through the sexual act, and this energy resides within us even as we change our partners and we get with different people. And so um, it's important for the person who just joined. It's probably important that you run it back and listen to what I just previously said. Um, but we need to sexually heal ourselves from these partners. We can't just continue to go from partner to partner because the past partner's energy is still within us. It's still residing within our um, sacral chakra. And so it's best that after each of these partners, if we're changing partners often or changing partners at all, say you leave one relationship and go to another relationship, you'll want to sexually heal yourself from that past relationship and cleanse your energy, because there is that energy exchange, and you want to basically return that person's energy and recall your energy back to yourself. And that's what this is about, in balancing out your feminine and masculine energies. Whew, I did not expect that to take that much of an explanation. I'm gonna have to write that down. but So I'm going to do your feminine energy and your masculine energy, and this is the energy within you. We're going to see if it's balanced, if it's unbalanced, what you can do to get to a balanced space, as well as what you can do to focus on your own inner sexual healing. So let's go ahead and hop right in with our feminine energy and see where it's at. So Aries, where is your feminine energy? Um, the cards that I got, the decks that I chose, are actually rather really laid back decks. Um, and so I feel like you are a rather laid back person. You may be, I would say neutral. You're not very dominant in either your masculine or feminine energy. You kind of have a balance. You may struggle with one occasionally, and we'll see where that is at. But that's just kind of a feel energy that I feel at the moment. I am an intuitive reader, and I have cleansed my space as well for those who like to be informed of that. Um, okay, the cards are ready to give you a message. They said stop shuffling us like that. Okay, let's see, what feminine messages do we have for Aries? Aries, feminine energy. We'll get 3 cards from each. So we have the grandfathers. Interesting for the feminine energy. Okay. 2 more cards, please. 7 of arrows. Okay. 1 more card. This is feminine energy. Aries, feminine energy. Interesting. Okay, so we got 1 extra card. I'm gonna go ahead and take it because it fell out right with that other card. This is interesting. So we have the grandfather, we have the grandmothers, We have the Seven of Arrows and the Nine of Pipes. So, like I said, there's like a balance here. I feel like you set boundaries with yourself. Your feminine energy is very I want to say you're very nurturing. You kind of um you're really good with children. You may be a teacher. Like this is just like whew, like you're the like your figure, like the way you appear, like you're somebody that like a kid looks at you and they're not afraid. Like they feel comfortable around you, and you just have like this very grounded feminine energy. So I feel like it may be something that you've healed and you've worked on, because there's the Nine of Pipes here, and I feel like that's heavily focused on boundaries, and you can't you can be stable without boundaries, but you're not going to be very stable. You're going to be a little like wobbly. So when you have boundaries, your energy is a lot more stable, and I feel like you're very knowledgeable in like a spiritual aspect. Your feminine energy has you opened up to a different viewpoint on the world. You don't I feel like you have like a very you're very old soul, old mind. Like you don't think of things. This is in your feminine energy. Like it I feel like you may be of like this energy where you've just experienced life over and over constantly. And in this life specifically, you kind of have that natural instinct from those past energies that are just within you on a feminine level. For those female Aries that are watching this right now, your feminine energy is very, um, I feel like this makes me think of my best friend. You're like that older cousin that all the younger cousins want to hang out with, and like you're just like on the feminine level, you're just nurturing and you draw people in this way. I feel like you also are very confident in what you want and know how to get it, you know. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop into your masculine energy. For the feminine energy, I used the Medicine Woman deck. For the masculine, I'm going to be using the Fountain Tarot. Um, masculine energy for Aries, sexual healing. Okay, there's something else I was gonna say about the feminine energy here. Oh, for male Aries, the feminine energy. I feel it's very like it's the same. Like it's just you're very balanced in your feminine energy. You just really know what you want on an emotional level. You allow yourself to be guided too. Like you have an open mind. Masculine energy for Aries. Okay, let's take this one. We got the Five of Swords, Aries, masculine energy. Okay. We got the same scenario here. So we got the Five of Swords. We're going to do it this way. The Empress. This is the masculine energy. We got the Seven of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So this is interesting. I feel like your masculine energy is always trying to be a lot like you don't want to be like 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 a brute, like overly masculine. I don't know the best way to put that into words. It's like you want to like how the feminine energy is a very open-minded energy. I feel like you want to be able to, on a logical level, not just an emotional level, look at everything from a more emotional level, almost like kind of bringing a balance. Over here in the feminine energy, there's the grandfathers and the grandmothers, and you can go to your grandma and she's going to tell you something that makes you feel really sweet and happy. You can go to your grandpa and he's gonna tell you something about surviving life and kicking butt, and like you're gonna be like, man, like I gotta learn how to take care of myself. Like I don't know, that's just the vibe that grandpas give me. Like they want you to be able to take care of yourself, and I feel like in your feminine energy, you're very balanced in your logic and emotion, and so in your masculine energy, you're trying to do the same without giving up too much logic. Like you want to still be able to keep your opinions and your facts and not have anybody tell you otherwise, but also find an emotional ground. And I feel like with the 5 of Swords being here, this is kind of causing a conflict within yourself because you genuinely are like coming from a good place, and you genuinely are working really hard on this and really trying to get a different perspective. But like this, I'm going to call it a battle of the ego in a way, because our masculine side really does the most of the battle with the ego. And I feel like your masculine side, especially for the female Aries, um, it's almost like you're confused about a situation, and that's why you're trying to get a different perspective, because you don't, I feel like you're naturally in your masculine energy, and you're just now learning how to balance out both your masculine and feminine. And so it's still kind of confusing, and I feel like that's why the Empress is here, is because it's kind of like it feels very fresh to me, like you finally set boundaries maybe. And now it's a matter of continuing to keep those boundaries, to keep this what is this energy? There's a little bit of confusion in your masculine energy. It's almost like you understand it, but you still want to be like soft. You still want to be in your feminine energy. I'm gonna get some clarity because I don't. Why is this 5 of Swords here with the Empress? It's almost like you're confused about, okay, you don't understand how emotion and logic can work together necessarily. And I feel like it's not like you completely don't understand it. It's like you have a concept of how it works together. It's a matter of finding um it's almost like, how there are several different types of funny people and like jokes. Like there's dark sense of humor, and then there's a light sense of humor, and then there's just like stupid stupid shit, you know? Um it to put that in this scenario, I guess. Um you see, I had that analogy and then I had a complete brain fart, and I'm kind of really sad about it. Um but essentially, there's an energy around me right now, and it's really distracting, and I don't know why. It's okay with this Empress energy next to the 5 of Swords. It's almost like it's almost like you know what you want, but you are afraid that this isn't necessarily going to end up being how you want it to be because you're thinking about it logically. There we go. I had to like get a little sage going, get a little clean in here. I don't know what happened, but this Five of Swords energy, there could be somebody possibly around you that's maybe influencing the way that you look at a situation, especially Aries males. There is, yeah, I feel like this situation is calling for you to be more emotional and less logical. And that's why your masculine energy is a little confused. It's like you're really balanced over here and you have this emotional understanding, but then you go to your logic and it's like this is confusing. Like you're kind of like rearranging it and you're recalculating and you're looking at it from several views and you're like this just doesn't make sense. Like how do you make it make sense? This is what I'm going to tell you guys. So, in our masculine energy, sometimes it's very hard for us to as okay, I'm going to say this from a feminine point of view, but I know from a masculine it's probably very different. But from my point of view, our masculine energy is a little bit harder to control because we've always been living in our feminine energy, you know. We have, even if it's a wounded feminine, it's still a feminine energy and you're used to that giving and um it should be receiving, but for the most part, feminines usually are the very, very giving energy. And the masculine is also actually I don't know, both energies to me are just very giving energies, especially at first when they're learning how to control their energy altogether. And um I'm like spacing so bad right now that it's beyond me. Okay, there's a lot of dissociating. Like, I don't know. I can't with this energy. It's just so, I'm so confused. Okay, we're going to go past the feminine and masculine energy. Your feminine energy is pretty balanced. You have a good set of boundaries there. Your masculine energy is very confused and it I feel like you're overthinking very heavily. What I was trying to say, because I freaking figured it out, is our masculine energy can be a little difficult to control once we start understanding our masculine and feminine energies. And that's not to say it's hard to control, but it's difficult when you're first learning. And I feel like for the female Aries, you are stepping into, I feel like you're always in your boss woman energy, but it's like you're stepping it up a level and you want to try to step back on your logic and step forward with your emotion in a way that you don't have to completely give up your logic and completely. I feel like if you feel like giving up 100% your logic is almost like stabbing yourself in the back for some reason, and that's not true. You it's just you releasing a little bit more control. Because sometimes when we're like overthinking and being over logical and over analytical, we're actually causing things to have sort of like this rebound ripple effect. So then it goes backwards rather than forward because you're kind of creating stagnancy by making everything very logical. All right. We're going to go ahead right into the sexual healing energy and we're going to see what energies need to be healed as well as how we can move forward on our soul journey. Message for Aries. What is the message for Aries today, Spirit? All right, so starting off, we got four cards here. We're going to start off with this. This is good for now. I'll probably pull some more still. Okay, so we have here the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Chalices. So Aries, let me get a good look at these cards for you, and I will tell you what I feel. Okay, so I'm getting the strong vibes of wanting to be with a particular person, but there almost seems like there's something in the way. It's like everything about it is like top. Like you guys feel really good in this relationship, it works, like you guys have really good chemistry, but there's something here that's almost like causing a block in between you. It's almost like it's hiding your true potential, I want to say. um yeah, because like we have here this big old fruit of baskets, we have this strong horse, we have this big old pinnacle, we have this cup full of wine and these chocolates. Like this is a very, like these are things in here that just make me like scream abundant romantic. Like this is a very like healthy relationship, but I feel like there may be a sexual energy from one of the two partners. I'm feeling more of the feminine energy needs may have a past partner, and this may be what's causing the interference with your relationship. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, but it's also, sorry, I have this weird habit of doing that sometimes. Okay. Um so yes, what I said is correct. There's a energy here, and it could be you or the other energy, but there's an energy here, female or masculine, take it how it resonates for you. um One of them still has energy from one of their past sexual partners that is causing the conflict here. You may also as well, and that's what's causing the conflict, is that you're kind of both in two separate places rather than here in this one place. And because y- the male in this energy, he has a fear of his person going to another. And but then the girl, she's also afraid that her guy is like a player, like he's got women like lined up and stuff like that. And I feel like this isn't necessarily what's, I feel like maybe these little insecurities that's between them is what's causing the conflict the most. Because we have the Ace of Pentacles here, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Two of Chalices. So like I was saying, there is a lot of really good, strong chemistry here in this energy, but there's something with I feel I'm just strongly seeing the masculine energy. So you yourself could be a masculine energy, and I feel like you're constantly coming after this person. Like you're like you, you always want to court this person, and but it almost seems like she's distant in a way. It's like I feel like she's afraid she's just gonna be another one of the girls here, because you see you have the Hierophant here, and he's got, okay, we fallen now. He got these two ladies here, right here in front of him, something like that, and basically this person that you're trying to court, it's like they're interested, but they're not interested in being one of them. They're not interested in just being another one of your one night stands. Like you see this King of Pentacles, and she's like slowly getting dressed behind this pillar, but he's all out, like, because he has that confidence, he has that player attitude, he's been doing this. And she's just kind of like, I'm not about this life. Like, I just want to love somebody and have like a stable relationship. And I feel like she, in this, the feminine energy, doesn't have to be she, doesn't want to be hurt. And so that's kind of why there's also this dissonance. So it's not only the fact that there is still past sexual energy from past partners in both of the current partners, but also you both have insecurities, and it's probably from still having the energy of your guys' past partners. And for those who aren't in a relationship, this strongly to me is, honestly, I feel like maybe there's a little bit of like possessiveness energy that needs to be healed from you. I feel um like once you get a person, like you kind of don't really let them go, and you're like, mm, mm, mm-mm. And you're kind of like, when you do commit to a stable relationship, you're like, that's my person, point blank, period. And I feel like this could possibly have something to do with your masculine energy needing to be healed as well, and needing to find a more stable, secure place within the way that you feel about the people outside of you, and how they affect your life, because that's really what that's about. So I need to remind you, Aries, that your energy is in a very, I want to say it's in a pretty stable space. Like, you have your feminine energy is like it's beautiful. You got boundaries. You're constantly very open to spiritual learning and healing and understanding of everything, culture, nature. And your masculine energy, it's like you understand the masculine energy. It's almost like detaching from ego is where you struggle the most, right? But I feel like you're understanding and you're trying to. My best guidance to you is actually, excuse me, I think I'm gonna get some guidance at the end of this, but I want to get one card right now. I just keep moving forward. Like, keep doing what you're doing, because I feel like what you're doing is helping you actively, because you keep working on this. That's what I was saying. Like, you keep moving forward. So keep doing that, and you'll find yourself at a more stable ground point, and you won't really feel this inner conflict with yourself. But I definitely feel like that Five of Swords could def be an ego energy. So moving on to the overall message here. Once again, these are general messages, but I'm just reading the energy as it comes out. So take it how it resonates. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Somebody will find it if it's meant for them. So we have the Sun card here with the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Chalices, the Five of Wands, the Knave of Chalices, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Wands. So we have here two major arcanas that really, to me, I like to think of the Hierophant as the one that goes, yeah, let's do it. He's the one that makes the call. He calls the shots. That's what I'm trying to say. He calls the shots, right? And I don't think he's done it yet, because he's waiting for something. He's waiting for, um I feel like it could possibly be this knight and this knave. I feel like these are the same person. This knight and this knave kind of go hand in hand. I feel like this knave is behind the knight. So this knave, he's working on a letter, and I feel like this letter is legit. Like somebody is, maybe it's a message, maybe it is an actual letter, but somebody is writing a heartfelt message. A message. That's our keyword right there, is a message. And they want to bring it to you. But I want to point out that this Knight of Pentacles brings this odd looking little green thing. And to me, it looks like a lime. But I read the book and it's a frog. So I thought that was really interesting. And the reason I had to point out that I thought it was a lime, but it's actually a frog, is because I feel like that's what the knight feels about his letter. He feels like maybe it's a frog. It's a little cheesy, because when I look at this frog in this specific setup, I get the vibes of a like frog prince. And like this man is like, here's a frog, you know, like can you turn it into a prince basically. And like that to me screams potential and not, my keyword for that is success and not success, because like you can be a successful person without appearing successful. Like, I mean, you don't need a business, you don't need a flashy car, you don't need a pretty house. Like those things aren't success. There's emotional success. It's being happy with the job that you have, it's being happy with the life that you live. And this person just, they want you to be their happiness. And like this energy, like I said, it was general. This wasn't intended to be like a love reading or anything, but there is a love situation here, and for it to move forward, for it to continue to grow and heal, both of the partners in this situation, they need to heal their sexual energy, and they need to ground themselves, and they need to basically retract from the people that they used to be with, because it's causing conflict in this relationship. And this is a really, like, this is a really beautiful relationship. Like, it's very abundant, there's a lot of chemistry. It's just there's a lot of past energy that's causing a lot of hurt. Like if you look here, you can see this man, he's like going out to this girl and she's just relaxing there. But then you see these two people in the back, and I feel like these two people represent the exes of these two individuals. And it's like these two are trying to move on from this because this is where they want to be. They don't want to be anywhere else. But I feel like it's kind of hard because they don't really know how to heal. Um, so we have here the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So we have basically the beginning of the suit and the end of the suit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the page from this little love energy that I'm feeling here. This is where the sexual energy needs healing, though. It's in your love life that mainly needs it. But your coins are calling out a little bit. They're saying, I feel like your financial situation is affecting your love life, your sex life, essentially. And I don't feel like it's not bad. You don't mind, but it's kind of more or less like it's a notice, like you see that it's happening, and you want to come to a place where you get to have a new financial beginning and you get to become successful in that area. And that's why we have the ace with the king here, I feel like. And I feel like you just want to be like a luxurious person. um I feel like healing your sexual energy, doing a sacral chakra like healing session would be so beneficial for you, because it would also allow you to open up to new connections and new possibilities for creating abundance and wealth in your life. So Aries, I'm gonna go ahead and get some oracle cards, and then actually I'm feeling the Santa Muerta deck. We're gonna go ahead and use this for your closing out energy. What is the message for Aries? What is the guidance for Aries? One more card, please, Spirit. I'm really feeling this one. Ooh, interesting. You know what this makes me think of, guys? This makes me think of like an awakening. Like, whenever you like I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Okay, so basically it makes me think of like just this moment where you're just having epiphany after epiphany after epiphany. You're like, whoa, life is so much more than this. And it's just like you're just having like a mind-blowing session of understanding life. And like this with this right here, I want to point out our numbers are 8 and 4. That's abundance and stability. So, Aries, you're moving to a very stable place. It's a matter of you being consistent and moving forward with that energy and allowing yourself to be grounded, because I feel like you are going to have your epiphany moment. You're going to have an awareness. I want to say like an awakening kind of experience, where you're going to just kind of experience life on a different level that you really didn't think could happen, but it can. And it's going to open up this possibility to kind of build life how you want to, or it's going to show you that you can build life how you want to. And I feel like it's going to be a very pivotal moment for you, especially for those that have this relationship energy, because in the background, there is his wife and they are working on this together. So, this gives me the energy of you two being able to work out this energy, you two being able to get to a stable ground, feel grounded, feel happy, and not like you have to worry or be insecure about anything from the past, because you shouldn't have to worry about that, especially when you love somebody new. So, Aries, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that this guidance helps you along your journey and that you guys can all understand and learn what sexual healing is. I do suggest doing some research on like tantric sex and things like that, because these things it's it it can be weird to talk about it, but like it's literally the way our human bodies work, and it's like a natural healing process. And I feel like if we healed ourselves this way, it'd be a little bit more natural and more holistic. So I hope that you do your research and that this message really helps you find balance. And blessed be, beautiful souls. I'll see y'all later. Bye.